6 or whatever is plenty.
Hey guys, it's Holly from Hunter Ryan, and this is introduce yourself.
Elaine at Ilana on Poshmark and YouTube and Mercari and
In
stuff
places
like
where
that.
you sell cool crocheted items, it looks like. Are you working on some?
No, I actually include. I like to make crocheted scrunchies. I include them as gifts with purchase on some of my
Okay.
stuff. I gave up all my crafting, but I have to do something. So I tell myself crochet, and this is about as advanced as I am. Is scrunchies. But they're
Well,
cute, aren't
that's
they?
cute. That's nice. You're giving something that's more personal. That's
Yeah, it
adorable.
doesn't cost me much. And I've always, because I used to sell crafts on Etsy, and I've always wanted to just include a little something. It's just my thing.
Mhm.
I don't think all resellers have to do it, but I
Right.
want to do it. So I do.
Right. And like
So I
for
do.
me, this is the only thing I do is for purses and shoes. I have dust bags.
I saw that. That's so expensive. You said you pay like $1 a piece.
Yeah, it's like $1
That's
pick. But
pricey.
I'm only doing it for bags and shoes that are over $50.
Oh, okay.
So
That's fair.
yeah. I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't do that on the like 10, well, not that I sell $10 items, but usually under 20, I'll include. I have these refrigerator magnets that are heart shaped that somebody gave me. So I'll include one of those. I'll be sad when I run out. I've tried so hard to find them to buy more,
is there
because I
is
thought they'd be like, can't find them.
is there space on it where you can write your closet name or something so it can be an advertisement?
No, no,
You should
that's
do
not, I
that.
don't really do that kind of thing. I know you probably should, but I don't.
Yes. Buy like this is basically me giving them this. It's like it's a positive thing for them, but I've also just gotten advertising space in their
Oh, yeah.
purse and shoe area,
Yeah.
so they go, I don't have anything to wear. Oh yeah, I got those really nice shoes from there. Oh look, all the information to get it is right on the bag. So
That's a good idea.
that's
I don't sell too many purses or shoes over $50, but
yeah.
sometimes. Boots. I do sell some boots. That.
Oh my gosh, I just listed some of my favorite boots. Did I list them last night or
Are
this
they?
morning? Um, they are bed stew.
Uh-huh.
They're amazing. Bed stew, like they do. Um, they're kind of like hand done, so like every single one's different because they'll have like
Oh, I
different
didn't know
layer
that.
color.
I found them.
Yeah,
I found them at the bins once. A pair of men's bed stews, which I sold. I sold them like a couple of weeks ago. They sat for longer than I thought they would. They were in amazing condition. They had a little scratch on them, but it didn't like break through the leather or anything. I know.
mm-hmm.
I was like, I got bed stew. And there were a couple
Yeah.
of resellers there. And I was like, I got bed stew. One of them was like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, what? And the other one, she's been a reseller forever. So she doesn't get
I
excited. She's like, oh, that's good. I'm like, ah.
I didn't know what they were when I got them. I actually got them in probably one of the last boxes Joe Moore sent out.
Oh, you got them in a box. So what's up with Jomar?
I,
Are they done?
I, from what I understand, people are saying they may be done. I'm not sure,
But they
but
still owe people boxes from what I've heard.
I got lucky then because I had bought two um, DIY shoe boxes and they like combined it together so they were all in the same box.
Oh, good.
And so it was just, I mean, it was literally like the bed stew were the first ones on the when I pulled out, and I was like, oh, these are so cool because, like, to me, they're like knee high. They're the black dahlia cobbler, um, and they're like kind of a rusty color
Uh-huh.
with
Sound nice.
a thin layer of white and then a thin layer of black. So then
Ooh.
that way, when it's rubbed down,
Is it
you
in your
and
closet right now?
yes,
Oh, I want to see.
yeah, they're really cool. Basically, when I got them, I was like, oh my god, these are like Laura Croft Tomb Raider meets steampunk.
I have to
It's like
see them.
it's
All right.
totally Laura Croft and steampunk. I would
Okay.
get it on my phone, but I have my gallon of water.
Wait, that's not you. It's more than
Um,
one Hawaiian.
at, it's
Or you said,
at,
aren't you like underscore first?
at underscore
Okay.
Hunter, underscore Hunter underscore Ryan underscore. Because apparently somebody was already Hunter Ryan.
Right, which is the one that just came up for me. Is there another underscore after Ryan, or just those
Yeah,
two?
after.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to see those boots. I love boots.
They're so crazy cool. They're size 8 too, which is a really good size, you know.
They're women's?
Yes.
I just
Women's.
bought a pair of fries at a pair of fries at a state sale. I can't find a size on them. And my friend that wears like a 7 moved out of town. I'm like, how could you leave me? Like she would try on the smaller ones for me. Now I don't have somebody couldn't even get my foot in. Of course I didn't have. Oh my God, those are very steampunk, wouldn't you say? Did you use steampunk as a keyword?
Well, I think I still need to add that back in. I think I put it on Depop as steampunk, but I don't remember if I put it on the other. I'll go back in there. But yeah, I did write in the description that it was like Laura Croft and Vert and steampunk together, kind of. That's what it reminds me of. But they're cool, right?
Those are so cool. I loved mine, but they weren't nearly as unique as these,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I really liked about it. But so I got those were the first.
Yeah, you do have steampunk.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like I was pulling money out of this box over and over. I think there was maybe one pair of shoes that's maybe like a $25. Everything else was like 50.
Well, you got lucky, because there were so many bad boxes, and it seemed like the only good boxes were the people that were sort of affiliated with them. Like I didn't trust when the Grateful Queen would open a box because it's like, I don't trust that they're giving you a random assortment. I would get the junk. I don't do those boxes because I'm too risk averse. I'm nervous about. Plus, I had this thing like once I have something in my house that I've paid for, even if I haven't paid for it, I keep trying to sell it when I should just cut my losses and get it out of here. Instead, it aggravates me, and I put in all that work, and then I try to figure out a way. Like I'll have a friend of mine gave me tons of stuff to list on consignment, and it was up to me. I could donate whatever, but I wanted to sell as much as I could. So I would put things together. Like there were these dresses that were all similar style from a brand called Pop Sugar. Well, individually they might sell for $10 or $12. It was not worth my time. So I listed them all together for 30. I'm getting very creative with that. I'm very proud of myself, but so that's just, I don't know. I'll get stuck with stuff that's all bad. I want to find a way to sell it, and I won't want to throw it out.
But what's kind of crazy to me is that I'll list something and think, nobody's going to buy this. But, I was still just trying to, like you, I wanted to list everything. And then, like, those I sell before something that's nicer, and they're paying the same price as the nicer thing. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But, so, like, okay, so I finally got some sales. So, yay. I got my first Depop sale.
Oh, I think I've made 4 so far.
Well,
I just started also.
See, and I think I've been on there like a year, and I had one. It was like in a year, I had one person send me an offer, and then when I accepted it, they were ghosted. And then
I don't get that. That is so illogical to me that the offer isn't the offer. That then they tell them you accepted the offer, and then they decided they're going to buy it. Like, no, they made an offer.
Right. But see, it's supposed to be like that on Poshmark too. And I've had 2 in this month. This month, I've had 2. They send an offer. I accept the offer. And then something's wrong with their payment.
That's different. Their credit card bounced or their
but
credit
they don't
card
go back and set it up.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. More often than not, people for me have fixed it.
I had one that like immediately fixed it the next day. So it was like the next day and they went in and fixed it. But yeah, it was very frustrating because it was like I had 2 sales One
Yeah.
on eBay and one on Poshmark. Both of them came up as not able to pay, and both of them just never came back.
I
And
found that
like,
I found that happened to me more often on Mercari, though it hasn't happened in a while. Like that happened a lot on Mercari. I actually blocked somebody on Depop.
I'm gonna
She,
knock wood that it doesn't
she
happen to me.
this woman makes an offer, I accept, and she doesn't buy it, which is when I learned that an offer doesn't mean shit, apparently. So 2 days later, she asks for more pictures. Well, there's only 4 pictures, but I go out of my way and I make a collage of 4 pictures to show her more than just the 4. And that's one way to show more pictures. I did a collage. Then okay, so she had offered me 15 and I was going to take it because there are these, like, first of all, they're size 6, which is hard to sell. There are these baby fat, like,
Yeah.
shoes that I should never have bought. So she had offered me 15. Then, so I sent through the pictures. The next day she sends me an offer for 10. I just decline. It's like, no, you offered 15. I took it. You didn't buy it. I'm not going to 10. The next day
Right.
she comes, so I declined it, didn't say a word. The next day she comes back and offers the 15 again. I accept, she never buys it. So I'm like, I am done with you. And I just blocked her. Like, I put way too much into this.
Yeah, I think you were still waiting for her response when you told me about it earlier
Yeah, well,
this week.
she never
That's
bought it.
crazy.
It's like, I don't want to play games. I'm busy. I don't have
Agreed.
time. I would rather donate those shoes now than send them to her. So I just blocked her, and I'm not a blocker. I'm not one of those people in the Facebook groups that, I got a low offer, block. Like,
Right.
I don't have that many customers that I can afford to just block the world.
Yeah. I'm kind of a block queen, but that's
I am
from like
not.
other areas like Facebook and stuff. But
And sometimes you gotta.
yeah, but I have PTSD, so if someone is giving me anxiety, then I know I don't want to work with them. You know,
Right. Well,
I have
that makes sense.
issues, and I just know that it's not going to be a good fit, and so
Right.
I
But
block them. I don't have to
that's
deal.
if they're doing other things. Like, I don't think a lowball offer should cause anybody anxiety. I hate when people say it's an insult. Like, I didn't make them. It's not an insult. If I was an artist and I was selling one of my works of art that I put my heart and soul into for $100 and somebody offers me 10, I would be insulted. I'm not going to be insulted because a pair of shoes I got at Goodwill, they make a lowball offer on. I have no personal interest in the shoes unless they're my size and I like them. Like, so I'm not offended. They're taking a shot. I once accidentally sold a sweater for $3 because I wasn't paying attention. I made a mistake. It was my fault. I accepted and shipped it out.
Well,
That's all. But yeah, you got to take care of, obviously, your mental health.
yeah, but I think
But
for me, when someone sends a low ball, I know everybody's like, take it as an opportunity.
yeah, well,
Sometimes it's just like the wrong day, and I'm not,
so
especially
ignore it and
if
go
they're
back the next day and
right,
see how you feel the
they're
next day.
at like 20% of my list. That's because that's the lowest that they can do, and that become, I don't know. To me, it's kind of like being an extreme jerk because I'm not marking my stuff up.
Oh, sure. I mean, there are sometimes when I get a lowball offer where it makes me angry. It's like, okay, I understand you taking a shot, but this is ridiculous. And I will decline or I will ignore it. Sometimes I ignore it.
Right.
But I've turned many lowball offers into sales.
Yeah, same. I mean, you can do it, and I've done it, and I've done it. I actually, okay, they used to have that if you, this is like so evil, and I was so mad when they fixed it. So if somebody sent you an offer, right, and it was a low ball offer, you could go edit your item, raise the price, and then you could counter with a price that's now higher than the sell price was when they sent you the low ball offer. So I had some guy that was being an idiot with me about something. I was just like, here we go. He sends me back this message. He's like, that was such and such a price. And I'm like, and you're taking advantage, you're being aggressive to me. That's kind of stupid to say it that way. But it just came off as, if you're going to be a jerk, I'm going to be a jerk back. And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
Then
I like to avoid confrontation.
he ended up buying it and giving me like amazing, like a whole love note. I mean, it's like a paragraph long love note.
You
And
got
it's,
lucky. You got lucky.
yeah.
I wouldn't
So,
do that just because I don't want to. First of all, I want to try to seem professional, but also because I prefer to avoid confrontation. So I'd rather just not. But anyway, I wish Poshmark was like Mercari. You can't make an offer lower than I think 25% off.
right. Well, I mean, you can't make lower than 20% on Poshmark, but it should be higher. I
Then
think
total
that,
20% of the total, but Mercari it's 25% of the price. So you can't offer $10 on a $40 item.
yeah, that and
And
on
I hate when
Posh,
you get the message from Poshmark and it says, "Yay, you have an offer." I think if it's less than 50%, it shouldn't say "Yay."
that's oh,
That
thank
annoys
you.
me. It's like a slap in the
Thank
face. Like, "Yay?"
Thank you. I have sent messages back to them so many times telling them to take off the yay, because
Yeah.
it's almost, and that kind of like adds to the getting pissed off at people for sending
Yes.
offers.
Yes, they're just pissing their
Because it's just
it
like,
should be there. I'm sure they could make the program that if it's a less than a certain percentage, it doesn't say yay because it's just
why even say yay? There's no need. You have an offer.
yeah.
Don't give it like verbiage that's just going to piss people off.
I've
Because
stopped being optimistic when I open the offers. It used to be like, "Ooh, I have an offer," and I'd be really optimistic, and then I'd be like, "Oh." Now I go in on like, "Yeah, you have an offer. I'll look at it in a minute." I'm not even in a rush to look at it. I am just the default is it's going to be a low offer, and then when it's a
I
decent offer, I'm like, "Ooh, look at
yeah,
that."
yeah, right. I'll get a message that there's a offer, and it's actually kind of like now it's a mantra for me. Please don't be an idiot. And then I look at it. It's like, you've got an
I had
offer.
I had this dress just a few days ago, and I had it at 25. It was a Lane Bryant dress, but it was a maxi and it's really pretty. And it's just coming into the season for it. It was sleeveless. And so this woman, she offers me 10 or 11. I count her at 20 because 20% off is the lowest I'll go most of the time, unless it sits, but
Right.
20% is my general. So
I don't mark up that much.
counters, she counters at, well, I like to do the closet clear out method thing, and it just gives me that room. She
Yep.
counters at 12, and I counter again at 20. That's
Right.
supposed to tell you I'm not going lower. Then she counters again at 13. I ignore it. I don't respond. And then a couple days later, she sends me another offer for 15. So I message her through Bundle. So this was Thursday. I message her through Bundle and they say, "Look, I'm not taking less than 20 on this, but tomorrow's closet clear out. So if you want, I'll lower the price to 20. You'll get a break on the shipping and you'll get a good deal." She says,
Yeah.
"Okay." 2 minutes later, it sells full price.
I love
So
that.
I really believe that any kind of activity on an item pushes it up in some
It
ways.
does, and that's like, actually there's groups now that have started, and this might be hurting, like part of the things that's hurting people now is that they actually have it set up that if someone makes an offer, then it sends out messages to
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah, yeah.
But it pumps it up.
Yeah, so some people
Or
are saying, "Hey,
up.
can somebody make a low offer on this? I won't accept it. I just want to get it
Yeah,
moving."
it's like they literally are setting up groups
I
that
don't blame
everybody
'em.
puts what they want, like they put the items that they want a lowball offer on, and then people, they're like doing that for each other.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's like part of the algorithm that, for people that aren't in those groups and don't have all day to make fake offers,
I
it is.
tried it once. I made an offer for somebody, but I was just annoyed by having it in there. And I don't like items. Like it annoys me to get messages. And so it was like, ugh, I don't want to do this. But I don't blame people that do it. You've got to, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like closet clear out method. You have to take what they have set up and find a way to make it, what are the tricks we can do to make this really work for us?
The thing that I normally do with Closet Clear, I mean, lately, just because sales have been so bad, I have been sending everybody an offer. I don't normally do that
I
because
do.
I only list like 10%, maybe 15% above comps. So that way I've got the 10% for Closet Clear Out drop if I do it, or 10%, to make an offer. So many people will like over exaggerate their list price so that they're sending out 30% offers and stuff like that. So then it gets in the mind of bidders, oh, well, automatically send 30% less. Well, I'm not marking
Yeah.
up that much.
You're training the buyers. Yeah,
Right.
I do 10 to 15% on my offer to likers because I have to offer the shipping discount. And I hate
I,
paying the shipping
and
discount.
I
So 20% I do with the closet clear out method only, or I'll do it if it's a counter offer or an offer through bundle. So I set it up for 20%, and I think that's reasonable. I don't think my prices are particularly high. And then if it's an item that's been sitting and I'm dying to get it out, then I might even go a little lower, because at that point it's just like, I want this out.
Yeah, with Closet Clear Out, until recently when my sales went to hell, I would only do it once a month. And sometimes I wouldn't even do it.
So you actually would change the prices.
I would let people know, like once a month.
Oh, okay.
Know. If it was stuff that was older and it had a bunch of likes on it, I would just go ahead and drop it.
Right. And then relist it the next day.
Yeah, exactly. And normally, that's why I was doing it like once a month, because you list everything, then, once a month, drop the price.
Why did you stop?
Relist everything. So
why did you stop? I do a lot of sales through Closet Clear Out.
I actually am not doing Closet Clear Out right now, just because I am sending people offers as I get likes.
Okay. I do
So
both. It's just, so I might, like if it's a $25 item, and it comes in on Saturday, I'll send an offer for $22 with $5.95 shipping. And then on Sunday, I'll send the message saying, hey, I'll reduce it to 20, and now you'll get shipping for $4.99. But I'm not paying for it. So it's very similar to the 22 with reduced shipping from my end.
I mean, it's very rare that I use offer to likers to make my offers.
You do it through the bundle?
I go through bundle, and I actually
used to.
I have like a little blurb that, says a little bit about me, that I have a bunch of stuff. If somebody's looking for something specific, let me know.
I feel like they don't see things in bundles as easily. Like today, I have this red leather Zara jacket for $50, and someone liked it, and I send her a message through Closet Clear Out, and I've had this for quite a while, and I wanted to sell it. It's not leather jacket season, and plus I really liked it, and I didn't want to be tempted to keep it because I don't wear red anyway. And I sent her a message saying, I'll lower it to 40, you'll get reduced shipping. And then about a half hour later, she just bought it full price. So I don't think she ever saw that. They don't look at their notifications carefully.
Yeah, sometimes some people may have notifications turned off.
Yeah, I hope she does, because I hate to see it. I hate to ship it and then she sees that. But it's happened from time to time. I'll wait a while. If it's an offer they've made and I do that, I might wait a while before I accept the offer.
Yeah.
See if they notice it.
Waiting out some offers is a good thing with this whole situation of
100%.
Send you an offer, and a lot of people are having this happen. Somebody sends an offer, it's not really what you want.
Instead of countering or declining, just sit. Yeah.
Oh my God. I had this one lady, it's really weird. So like 1:30 in the morning, and I get the little ding. They're sending me a $15 offer on a $45 item. Like that, I just laughed.
Like, you woke me up for this?
Oh, right. Well, luckily I was asleep at that point. It was like insomnia night. So I just ignored it. And then when I get up in the morning, I see that they canceled the offer. Like, yeah, but and I guess they canceled it like within half an hour of doing it. And I was like, okay, maybe you realize you're an idiot. That night,
I wouldn't assume that ever.
They sent me the $15 offer again at 1:30 a.m.
That's weird.
And then they canceled it with like 30 minutes later. So the next day at 1:30 in the morning, I sent I can't remember. I mean, it wasn't being too bitchy, but it was like, if you're canceling because I didn't respond, understand it's 1:30 in the morning and I'm not waking up at 1:30 in the morning to explain to you that your offer's too low.
Right.
Something like that. So anyway, but I was like, don't do it at 1:30 in the morning. And I sent it back to them at 1:30 in the morning. So it was like, here you go. Here's your 1:30 a.m. notification.
So if somebody makes an offer, do they have an unlimited time in the next 24 hours to cancel it if you haven't accepted it?
Correct. As long as they cancel before you accept,
right,
then it's out. So if they make an offer to us and it's good for 24 hours, at I think it's usually like hour 23 or so that they send out a message,
a reminder
to both parties, like, hey, remember this is ending.
Yeah, I know they send it to the seller because I don't make offers on things. I don't shop on Poshmark. I am a seller.
When people send me an offer, I get messages telling me, hey, this offer that was made, like if I ignored it.
Yeah, that one I get.
I'll get
it's about this offer from so-and-so on something blah, 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 is about to expire.
Right.
Like, thank you. I know.
So yeah, it's interesting trying to figure out. And I mean, I'm wondering too, like with these groups that we're being put into, if like, are they rotating us? Like once a week you get rotated or something? Because the first week that everybody started doing really bad, I got a bunch more sales, but I had also listed a lot that week. Like every day I list like 10, 15 things. But then the next week, like the start of May, I listed the first week of May, I listed like 25 things a day. I was listing a lot. And I sold nothing on Poshmark.
I don't think they would rotate. I think generally if you have a test group, you need to watch that exact test group for a period of time. You can't watch them for a few days and then watch another group and get accurate information.
Yeah. Well, okay, here's the problem with that. As far as statistically, you really do need, a sample, and your sample needs to go over a period of time. The problem with doing it randomly to your customers, because is like, we didn't sign up to be test subjects. We're all put in so much work, and we should be rewarded based on our work and where, like where we fall in the.
Well, the thing is though, if they change something without trying to gather more information, you're hurting even more people. Like if they had changed everybody, not only are they hurting themselves, and they're a public company now, that's who they have to report to. But they're going to hurt everybody. I can say this because I think I'm in the good group. So I did. The beginning of the year was a little slow for me. Like February was quite slow, but like April was my best month ever. It was the first month I've ever had a sale every day. There was not a day that I did not make a sale. Now, May, yesterday I didn't make a sale. There was one other day in May that I didn't make a sale. I'm not nearly at what I was at April, but I'm back, but I'm right around where I've been. I list 5 a day, and my dream would be to sell 5 a day. And I'm not, but I'm still making regular sales. I'm still, it's a side thing with some extra money, and I can't work harder. So I'm happy.
normally when you get over 1,000, like I have over 1,000 listings, usually
I have over the.
once you get over 1,000 listings, you're usually going to get a sell every day, or at least like if one day you miss, the next day you're going to get two, because that's
Right.
where
We have about 1,100 listings right now.
well, and that's where I was. I was getting a sell a day, or it averaged out to a sell a day.
Right.
Then whatever went happened, and then the first beginning of May, it was just like desert. But and then today I've got, well, this week I ended up getting two or three Poshmark sales, and
Oh,
then
good.
I got a Tradesy, a Mercari, and I think two eBays. So I went from like nothing last week to a good little bit of sales this week. So
Right. I don't do
this,
well on Tracy, but I don't have very much stuff listed. I keep forgetting to list stuff there. I don't really like it very
yeah, I
much. I
definitely,
have made a couple of decent sales.
I definitely, if I like cross, because I use Vendo, I pretty much everything that's women's now, because before I was only doing like higher end things, but I've actually sold a couple like less expensive items. So I've already started, if it's women's, I'll add it to Tradesy, because
So
apparently people are there. But I also changed on there from their $15 shipping to I'll ship it, and then I try and put the shipping cost, about what. So like sometimes I'll still put $15, even though I think it might be like a $12 shipping, but that way
right,
it
a
makes sure
cushion.
good. And they would have had to spend 15 if I used Tradesies.
So I don't use Tradesy very much. Do you think there's like a benefit to putting your higher priced items there? Because I don't, their
Oh,
fee
definitely.
structure is very confusing to me. So to best deal with the fee situation, is it better to list items over $50, or because I've seen someone say list over $50 than someone saying list items that are $30, and I can't figure the whole thing out. I can't study it. I just can't. Maybe I should
I,
look for some
I
videos
the
specifically on Tradesy.
the cost really, it what they charge, it's never going to be more than I would pay on Posh for the same price good. So I've just, like I said, I think I accidentally listed something like for $14 and it sold, and I was like, oh well, maybe I should put other stuff on there. And so, like I said, I'm just putting everything everywhere that I can. I've got some kid stuff that a neighbor gave me, so I'm gonna set up a Kidizen. I got to figure out what's going.
I don't do
Etsy store,
I don't do
but
well on Kidizen, but I'm still there.
I'm not really a
Um,
kid stuff person, but I do have like a couple nice high end kid stuff items, and I figured that might be a place where I
the
could.
Real Real does kids too. Do you send stuff to the Real
I
Real?
I'm no, I don't yet, and a
Oh, okay.
lot of that is because of issues that they've had with some in. I'm trying to figure a
Their fees suck. I
no.
don't send things too
Oh yeah,
easily there,
ridiculous, but
but I do
done
send
really
occasionally.
they've been doing some shady things, like really bad shady things. So one of my friends, she sent a coat that's like a $3,000 coat. She has the
Yeah.
receipt for it because it wasn't from Goodwill or something like that. She has the receipt. It was from the actual designer store because it
Uh-huh.
was her daughter's. And they said, oh, well, it's fake. Okay, give it back. Oh, no. So what she thinks is that they lost it. So they're trying to play this it was fake game to try and get on the paper. I mean, she's actually got lawyers involved now and
Yeah, I'd
everything.
be pissed. I'd be pissed. I don't have
Yeah.
anything like
And I
that.
mean, she is. someone who basically was their spokesperson, because she really at that, before they started doing these things to her, she really liked them and they were doing a good thing. I've contacted Tradesy once or twice, and the second time it was over COVID, and I was telling the guy, the different brands that I have, and he was like, "Okay, I'll come down." I was like, "No, I just wanted to bring stuff up there because it's Miami. I live in South Florida, so it would be the Miami office." And I was like, "I just wanted to make an appointment to bring things there."
Oh, I didn't know they were there. My stuff comes from, I think, LA, like my checks and stuff over the Real Real.
Yeah, well, that might be their main office, but they have stores throughout.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I know they have a store in LA, but I haven't
And
gone
they
there.
just, so they had like one of the offices in Miami, and they just opened up a physical store.
What do they put in their store? Like, if you send them stuff, would some of it possibly go into the store instead of on their
Yeah,
website, or both?
probably both. They probably put it in there because that's what I was thinking of doing, is at least to kind of see what it would be like. So I was going to think like a couple of the things that I have that are designer, but they're not really getting interest that I hope they would.
That's what I send. Things that have been sitting
Yeah,
but shouldn't, like Veronica Beard pants. I had Veronica Beard pants up for, 6 months. Nobody even looked at them. And then I had some things that were designers that were very expensive designers, but not known in the US. I have a friend who's a personal assistant to an actress. And so occasionally she's given him stuff, and then he brings me stuff if he's in town to resell. So like there was this bag called the Emily Pritchard, I think it's called, which I never heard of, but it's big in Europe. Or this hoodie that I was just gonna like donate because it was just Martine Rose. And then I look it up, I'm like, oh wait, Martine, this is like a $300 hoodie. And
mm-hmm.
I sent it there because nobody on Poshmark's gonna know Martine Rose, but the Real, that was the first thing I ever sold.
Don't put, I mean, the main thing is that when you do your listings, you should not be doing them for Poshmark or for Tradesy. You should be doing them for people who are searching
Oh,
for
I
the
know. I know. I put the stuff in my shop first normally. And then if
yeah,
they sit for a long time, like I had two pair of Stuart Weitzman shoes that were my aunt's that I must have had in my closet for 2 years and couldn't even get a like. They were very dated, but I heard that the vintage shoes do well on the Real World. They didn't sell
right,
for a lot, but at least I got rid of them and I have a few bucks to give my aunt. It's not my
right.
money. I couldn't sell them.
Yeah, I was thinking like next time I go up to the mainland, now that they're opening this new actual store there,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take a few things, and I was actually thinking of like doing a couple groups, like really good designers that meet.
You can bring it to the store to have them
Yeah,
the same.
yes, you can
Oh,
bring it to the store, and then that way they go through it with you there, and you're able to take back the stuff that they don't want.
that's great.
And in some cases, they'll pay outright for it. Like some of them will buy it like a buy sell trade store.
Really?
Yes.
For the store,
Right.
not
But
the website.
it yeah, if
Interesting.
there's like a couple certain things
I want
that
to see where the one is in LA.
they'll buy outright. What's this? Did we get a sale? Oh no, somebody else. Okay. But so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a couple boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put like high end things that I'm having a hard time selling, and then I'm gonna make a bin of kind of like basic stuff, like,
Yeah.
and kind of half of it younger stuff and half of it older stuff. And I want to try a couple buy sell trade stores in Miami, because if I'm getting decent enough for the like regular basic stuff,
Mm-hmm.
then I may just like load up the car the next time I go up and that and clean out, like a ton of stuff. And
I
I'm a literal ton or so.
it's nice sometimes to just unload some stuff that's been around a long time, especially if you're always sourcing new stuff. It's like old inventory. It's kind of like when they have clearances, at the department stores. They're almost selling at a loss because they
Right.
just need because the real estate is more important than getting the extra few bucks. But I took stuff to Plato's for my first time ever. I only sold 4 things, but I was happy to get rid of those. But they're very, I feel like teen oriented and very
Right.
shallow. Like they're not going to look at something because it's a really interesting piece. They're going to look and go, well, it's this brand and it's, the teen will
Exactly.
like it. I don't think it's a good
And
fit
I
for me,
think
but that's all we have.
you get more. I think I know this correctly. I'm not sure, but if you take store credit,
Yes, you do. But I didn't want
you
it.
get
I didn't
so
want to buy anything there. I don't source there. I've gone in a few times and I'm not it, which makes sense why I can't sell to them because I'm not interested in purchasing the kind of stuff that they sell. So I wouldn't purchase
right.
it somewhere else either for the most
Well,
part.
like, are there any buy sell trade stores that are mature brands? Are those just
No, we don't have the only buy sell trades that I'm aware of here there's 2 Plato's Closets, there's a Children's Exchange. In Henderson, there's a Once Upon a Child, which is also owned by the same company, but Henderson's too far for me to go. Um, we don't have Clothes Mentor, we don't have Uptown
okay?
Cheapskate. I've looked
It,
at consignment stores, but they're all very specific. They can't be more than 2 years old. It has to be a very current. It's just like, ugh,
right.
you're too
Well,
much
and
work.
that's the reason why you can usually get good vintage in the tradesy boxes because they
Tradesy boxes. What tradesy boxes?
or not tradesy.
Thread
Sorry,
up?
I meant the thread up. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
thread up doesn't take anything that's more than 2 years old, and people will send in like really nice vintage pieces that they're not even thinking about
If
or
they separated the
oh
vintage and actually sold vintage boxes, that would be interesting.
yeah, no, I got really because okay, the reason why I have as much stuff as I have, um I bought over COVID, I bought 13 200-pound.
I remember I watched some of your videos.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not sure. I've
So
been watching everything I've learned is from watching reseller videos. I've been doing this since October 2019 and the summer of COVID, I lost my job and I spent the entire time watching YouTube videos of resellers. I didn't sell a lot because I didn't want to mess with my unemployment and you're supposed to report it and I was not going to do that. So I sold a little bit, but it was my learning time. And
yeah,
then once I started working my job, then I, went full force.
brief.
And I've learned so much. It's kind of why I also do a YouTube channel because besides the fact that I just get excited by everything I source, if
Yeah,
I have any tips, which I learn from other people, I'm happy to help people and try to
yeah,
share my tips because
yeah.
I like in my video that I just released today, I have learned this week 2 types of clothing like labels or keywords that I'd never heard of.
What is
Ruana. Have you heard of Ruana? So
Rwanda?
yeah, it's a heavyweight like poncho worn in Colombia. Well,
Okay,
Chico's uses that word to describe like I have this thing. It's almost like a caftan, but it's open.
right.
And so I put in the word Ruana there. Ruana.
Mhm.
The other that I never heard of was lantern pants. Have you heard of that?
It sounds familiar.
They're almost like balloon pants that
Okay.
taper the ankle. So I did find one pair of pants in my closet that I could add lantern pants. What?
The sale? Oh no, it's keep Poshmark in tip top shape. I actually would do
I
that.
just made a sale through the closet clear out method.
You did?
Yes, pair of
At
Judy blue
the same time
jeans.
that I got a message. That's funny.
Yeah, I had purchased all these Judy blues, and most of them sold really quickly. But there were 2 pair of size 7 that have been sitting, so one of those just sold.
Oh shoot. I know what I need to be doing. It's time
For
to
what?
see. I think I have things for on auction on Shop Goodwill.
Oh, you know what? I wish you'd stop talking about it because you make me want to go on shop
Oh
on
my
that. And I can get
god.
addicted to that stuff. I used to be addicted to eBay. And you know what? I'd be the person that stole your boots at the last second because
Oh,
unless opening bid is all I'm willing to pay for something, I am a sniper. I never put in any bids if there's already one in there until the last second.
don't do it to me. If you see it says
I
Poshtopia, don't take it. It's not.
Poshtopia?
Yeah, that's my name.
Okay.
Shop Goodwill.
Okay.
Poshtopia. As you see
Well,
behind.
I'm mostly when I was shopping there, the few times I did, it's when I knew I was planning a trip to the bins, and so I would
Yeah,
shop just the Las Vegas ones,
okay.
that way I
Yeah,
could pick it up.
pick it
But
up.
I don't want to shop it if I don't have a trip plan because it's like a 40-minute drive, and I don't really, unless
Right.
it's some amazing piece, I'm not driving 40 minutes to pick it up. I'm
Well,
waiting for my friend. I
I have
usually
done the
go with
pick
someone.
up.
Hmm?
The main one that I go to, Miami, which is the closest, they
Yeah.
weren't doing pickup at all the way through COVID. Even like after stuff opened up. I think we can pick up now there. So now I would be more likely to look and see if there's anything before I go. But West Palm Beach, I do pick up there because
I
that.
think you have up to 2 weeks to pick it up. At least at ours, you can. So if you know you're going to be in the area, like in two
Yeah,
weeks, start shopping and see.
yeah. And I mean, I know some of the people at the West Palm because that's also where they do the blue boxes.
Which
And
one are you closer to, West
I'm
Palm or Miami?
I'm closest to Miami because I'm
Yeah.
in the Keys. So we have Miami, Fort Lauderdale, um, West Palm, and then Fort Pierce. So
I'm
those
familiar
are
with the area.
the four.
I used to live in Fort Lauderdale, and I went to college in Boca.
Okay.
Well, and Broward Community College, but then I went to college in Boca. So I'm familiar with the area. I was there for like 5.5 years.
Yeah, my son went to FIU,
I went to FAU.
Florida Atlantic University. Be a
Yeah.
it,
Apparently
it,
their mascot is an owl, though I did not know that until I
uh,
started getting like alumni emails.
I thought FAU was the Sharks.
Nope, owls.
Who's the Sharks? Because that's like the new commercial.
Maybe Florida State.
No, it's in
LSU?
Miami. It's like because it's on our regular commercials. It's like they just do this little commercial about the schools of fish go together, and then they say, or you could be a shark. Don't be a fish. Be a shark. It's silly.
So it's a college team with sharks. Let's look
Well,
that
I
up.
don't think it's like one of the community college kind of level colleges,
Oh,
so
so it probably wouldn't show
they
up
don't
in Google.
have teams or anything. That was funny though because my son actually his first year of college he did at Auburn in Alabama, and it was like I was having to pay all this money. I was like, why are we paying for you to go to school there when you could pay for everything using your Florida? Because in Florida, because I'm 100% total and permanently disabled, he had free ride for his tuition, and then
Right.
he already earned free tuition under Bright Futures, and he had Pell Grant. So by him changing and going to school in Miami, he was making like $10,000 a semester
Yeah. Makes
instead of
sense.
us paying 5,000. So
Right.
um,
As long as the school's decent, go where
oh yeah,
you're not going to be. Yeah.
FIU is probably like the biggest school you don't know about, but it was funny because what I was gonna say is he got t-shirts that say FIU football undefeated because they don't have a football team. Well,
That's
now I think FIU has a football team now. I think when he started, or maybe that was Auburn.
I have no idea what FIU had when I was there. I wasn't
Yeah, I
involved
mean,
in the
probably,
stuff. I
but
don't like football. I hate
they're
it.
not.
It's
I mean,
horrible.
they're not like a team that's really pushing athletics.
Oh no, no, no. That's a
No,
small, it's a small college. It was only a two. It was
no,
only
FIU is huge.
No,
That's
FAU though. They are
oh,
not. You
yeah.
know, they were only at the time. They were only the two. You know, you had to go to community college first because it was only the 2 years.
Right.
It wasn't a 4 year. I actually wanted to go to school in Toronto, but my parents said no. My mother said no, it's too far. Would have saved the money, but
I went to the Army, so
yeah, I would never do that. Somebody once asked me if I was in the military at the gym, and I'm like, no. She goes, that's what I heard, and I just thought that was hysterical because I'm the last person that would ever be in.
Well, you've got like you got good muscles. You're very well defined in your arms.
I used to take Krav Maga, which is Israeli self-defense, and my arms looked so good. I was always bruised beyond belief. We used to post pictures of our bruises in the Facebook group like it was a badge of honor.
Yeah.
But then eventually I had to quit. And I couldn't do it now because I've got osteoporosis, and if I get not, I hit somebody and they ended up in surgery, for one of her fingers, I think. It was kind of not my fault though, because, well, first of all, you have to do that. But second of all, she had an issue with it to begin with. So I think this was just sort of the straw. But I loved it. Oh my God, I loved it so much. I miss it. Well, it really felt good after a day of work, dealing with poker players to go hit things and hit people.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to I'm missing a pair of jeans, so this weekend has been.
What do you mean missing? You sold it and can't find it?
Right, because they weren't in the bin where they were supposed to be. But I in my head, I know that I've seen them and I put them somewhere safe. And I hate when I do that. But so I have like a couple areas that I'm checking.
Oh, you haven't found them?
As much as I hate, and it drives me insane and it triggers me to not find something right away, I get so much shit done when I do. Because
you start going through your boxes.
I have to empty this entire living room because they might be in here.
I'm pretty well organized now, but it wasn't when you started. Because when you start, it seems so small, and you're like, I'll know where everything is. And then all of a sudden, you turn around, and you've got 1,100, and there's no way you know where everything is. Right. And then, like, I sold this vintage jacket of mine. It was my personal jacket, and I couldn't find it. And I'm like, I have a rack in a room upstairs that has all coats and jackets, and then I have some coats and jackets in the guest room, and I completely forgot that I have 2 boxes of jackets in my bedroom. It's all over my house.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, wait, I have a jacket box.
Yeah, I think I have like 3 or 4 jacket boxes now. But
I love sourcing jackets. It's like my favorite thing to source. Jackets, boots, like those things, even though they're heavier, you have unless you find some rare t-shirt, you're never going to make much on t-shirts, which is why I try not to source. I don't want to source something that I'm going to sell for $15. I will if I have to, but I'm not going to go out of my way to pick up a bunch of things that are going to sell for $12 or $15.
Right. And
I'm really trying hard to make wise choices.
I used to be like, if I know the name brand, I'm gonna get it because I'm gonna make some money.
I like that when we start.
But and now it's like on Shop Goodwill, if I can't make at least $50 profit, I'm not getting it.
So when you go into Shop Goodwill, do you so you're in the whole thing, like not any particular market?
Here,
I'm gonna look at some point and see what you're bidding on.
Okay.
Well, I won't bid, I swear. I promise.
Okay, hold on. I will show you. We'll
I want to make you angry.
No.
I'm not that kind of person, believe me.
See, I wouldn't know it was you, and I would just be bitching to you about the apple.
Well, I don't know. My name might be
Lana. Would be like,
I don't know what my name is on Shop Goodwill. Hang on. I'm sure it's Lana.
Okay, so
Shop Goodwill.
I
would never do that.
So I go to trying to see if we can get this. So come on. Okay, so under the search, choose advanced. And then now you have options for what you're looking for. Like if you're looking for something specific, Let me see. Oh,
So
there's
tell
my
me something you're
my
bidding on.
A
Keyword or
the
something.
easy way is go to in the advance, go to location and just
Yeah,
put
but you said you bid on stuff from all over the country.
not right now. Right,
Oh, okay.
everything that I have right now is just in one spot. So
And that's West Palm Beach, was it?
no, this one's on New York. So put in
New
NY
York.
for location.
Hang on.
Yeah, when I want higher end luxury items, New York and West Palm are really good, but New
New
York
York. New York.
it New York I can get more because I do try and stay where I'm getting 20 pounds each checkout. And by buying stuff from like getting at least enough stuff so you got 20 pounds from one place, it really reduces how much your shipping costs.
Right. Right.
So let's see
All
what's
right.
going
So ending
on.
soonest. Does it say who the person? Simply Vera Wang bag? No.
If you look in and it underneath like who it is, it'll have like the first initial and like one or two last initials, I think.
Well, what are you bidding on that's ending, say, tonight?
Let me see
Anything?
right now. But see, like right now, they actually add stuff in
What about
sometimes.
these Stuart Weitzmans? Those are cute.
I have so much Stuart Weitzman. JPK Paris. I wonder. I don't know who that is. And I do that. Like I look through and I'll search an item, and it's at night they seem to pop up new items that are closed. Oh, it's 9 seconds. It's probably already sold. Um, okay, let me refresh this.
Whoops.
So,
I accidentally clicked on a Dooney and Burke. I didn't mean to. Where did
okay,
everything go?
there's a 25 count of fashion scarves mystery box, but it's got like a picture of them.
When does it end?
Probably now because it's 54 seconds. If you want it,
Oh,
grab it.
that's weird. It didn't show up on mine. And I started with ending soonest. I'm in New York, New York.
Yeah, Greater New York, Northern. It's
Oh, I
underneath.
don't know. I just picked
It's the
New York, New
there's
York.
three. There's three that show up for New York, and Greater New York is. It's like Greater New York and New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I see
Okay.
Rochester, New York, and Buffalo. Those are the only three I see
Yeah,
in New York.
I want the one that says New York, but it also says it's like
Goodwill Industries of Greater New York. Yeah, that's where I was.
Okay.
I was there, but I didn't see the scarves. I figure, I'm only recently starting to allow myself to pay up for things. And even though I'm obviously not shopping to make my money back, the thing that makes me less nervous about it is if I at least am sure I will make my money back. Obviously, I'm hoping to make a lot of money, but I'm going to take the risk if I know I'm not going to lose any money, and I'm willing to take the chance.
But I feel like
I don't see the
I
scarf.
really
Dragon bone gray soft cotton
look.
button shirt.
I feel like I really need to get this. Can you
What?
see it?
The
Look.
scarves? What is that? Is that like a gas mask?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's funny.
And the filter.
When does that end?
It's my phone died. It's ending like really soon. It's at $17.
Because I didn't see that. I don't think I'm
Is-
seeing the same things you are.
am I in the wrong place? Did I go in the wrong place? Ugh.
Oh, there's a weighted blanket for $10. I love my weighted
They
blankets.
have a whole bunch of them. They have like
Yeah, I love mine, but it's too hot for so much of the year for me to actually use it. Plus, it's a single size, and it's always moving around. It was given to me as a gift, and I have a queen size bed and a single size weighted blanket. I love that thing.
Okay. All right. So apparently I was on the wrong page. The little baby shoes are cute.
The red ones?
Really do that. Yeah. The Caroline Herrera, I bid on those and I am no longer winning. Those are 36 now.
Unless you're making the opening bid, you should just watch something and not even bid. Just wait till towards the end, unless you're not going to be around.
I'll hate you forever.
Huh?
Taking my stuff. You're taking my stuff.
No, I'm not betting on anything.
No,
I don't even think I'm logged in.
Nike SB.
The beauty of this is you can look at comps.
They're really high, huh?
What, the Nike? I don't do well with Nike.
Yeah, these are actually the Nikes that are able to be worn with military uniforms.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but the resale on them is like 85 to 125, and they're already up to $51.
Look at this.
Like,
They have a Lacroix bag, a men's bag, but it says Christina Lacroix instead of Christian Lacroix.
and that's when you get good stuff, because when they misspell stuff, what did
Well,
I
it's
get?
got 3 beds. I love buying military stuff. We find tons of military stuff at our bins because we have a base here. I've gotten like Air Force PT uniforms. I have one listed now, and like like the green camo jackets, and I love buying that stuff. But they don't sell that quickly, so I have to resist because there were like
This is
20 of the Air Force things in there.
This is an okay price. There's a Lily Pulitzer, blue, white, and pink striped dress, extra small. Right now, it's only at 14.
There's a fur coat. There's a fur coat, and it's spelled FIR, like it's made out of a fir tree.
That I might be on that one. Is it a vintage one? Because
it's got no It's got no bids. It's $9.99.
Oh yeah,
toggle fur coat.
Here's the other trick. Nobody's bid on this, but I want it.
What?
So what I'm doing is I'm letting it go through. Nobody wins it. They relist it. They usually go through. They'll start out at $14.99 for higher end things, and $9.99 pretty much for everything. It'll go through one round. Nobody buys it. They relist it for $9.99. Nobody buys it.
This is $9.99.
I know. This is like, it's going to do $9.99 twice.
Oh, okay.
Then it'll drop to $8 and $6.
Yeah, but if you want it, it's a fur coat. If nobody bids on it, why wouldn't you just buy it for $9.99? I mean, it's a fur coat. That's not a bad price for a fur coat.
Because I'd rather wait and get it for $8.99 because.
And you're willing to lose it.
Yes, exactly. I mean, if there's no way, I don't want to. If I
have a lot of fur coats to sell this year. Fur and faux fur. In fact, one of them, I have no information on it. I'm pretty sure it's real because I did the burn test and it burned like hair. But there are these 2 resellers that are very big in the community, and they do a meetup at their house once a month, depending on available.
Okay,
and I'm going to bring it.
Oh God, these are going to go for so good.
What?
Right. Look at the Pierre Hardy women's black leather calf length boots. It's gonna end in 11 minutes, and I'm winning those. And then look up Pierre Hardy.
In 11 minutes from now?
Yeah, it ends in 11 minutes.
Okay, hang on. I'm on 8 minutes. I'm just scrolling through and looking at the times.
Nobody's watching, but they want to like this Karl Lagerfeld. I'm not bidding on it because I want it to drop to 6.
Yeah, Karl Lagerfeld is not a great
like Karl Lagerfeld, and I do okay with it, but I wait until it's like $6.99.
Right. Yeah.
This Diesel, I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, here they are. The Pierre Hardy women's black leather. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Is it a good brand?
Look them up. Look them up, and then hopefully nobody's watching that will come in and steal them. But I've got a pretty high offer on those, so nobody sneaks in and takes them.
And see, here I am not bidding on it.
You don't know.
I would not do that.
You don't know.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well, here's a pair for $39, but
okay.
Here's a pair of Pierre Hardy for $35. I don't know. The prices are kind of. Let me look at solds. The prices are all over the place.
And look at the style though, because the unusual style versus the mundane style.
Yeah, is that wedge in style?
That one is actually, there's one listed right now, and I think it's like $250.
I'm gonna type in Pierre Hardy wedge.
These shoots are cute too. Those are pretty cute shoots.
Wait. I'm gonna put on my glasses.
Hold on, I'm trying to get the light right.
What kind are they?
They're shoots.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hang on, let
Yeah.
me look.
Ace. Well, it's spelled wrong on here because it's
Right.
supposed
Well,
to be SCH and they just put SH.
they're idiots,
But it's good. I
but
mean,
it's
when
good.
they spell stuff, it usually ends up being like a good thing.
Elliot Luca.
Apparently, I'm too loud. My poor son just closed the door, so apparently I've got him.
It's too bad.
We were being too loud.
Kate Spade
Uh,
women's front bow wallet, $8.99. I don't know.
well, okay. How about this rice? I've gotten something
What is
from them
it?
before. REISS.
Oh, Reese, I've heard they're really good. That's a
Yeah,
good brand. I've heard that on
I got
I want to
one.
say Jack and Ryan have mentioned that one.
Yeah, I've
Or
gotten.
maybe Nicole
I,
State.
I think I got one or two things from them before that did really well.
Yeah, I've never found it. I don't find much high end.
Trying to see what else I have that's ending. I may have lost, or either some of them may have already ended. I just didn't look. Oh, this thing looked cool, but unfortunately, it's already over $100.
What is it?
It's knuckles. I've never heard of that before, but it's called moose knuckles. Like on
This
your
is really good, like for
and
research purposes,
exactly.
because now you're learning this name. It's like I was watching this video of this today, and he was talking about he takes his mother to a consignment store, and he said they're too expensive to flip. He said, but he brings her there to teach her the brands because she helps him.
Right. Yep. And also the real
Wow, I just got to the moose knuckles.
isn't that, you know?
Okay, now I have to look up moose knuckles and see what the deal is with moose knuckles.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Canadian company. Moose.
There's
I
a
wonder if it's a
Giorgio
brand
Armani,
that's copied.
there's an Armani blazer that I might try for.
On ShopBop, there's a moose knuckles like longer jacket, sort of
Right.
like mid thigh for over $1,000.
Yeah, that's probably why they're offering 100.
But there's also a jacket on a different website that's only, is it a jacket or a hat? No, I think it's a jacket. No, it's a headband. A headband for $100.
Yeah.
Ooh, moose knuckles. They sell at Neiman Marcus. Let's look at I'm going to look at the Moose Knuckles. It is a Canadian company. I had a feeling. It's Moose Knuckles Canada.
There's some cute Prada glasses and they're at 10. Well, like somebody's already got the low bid on them. So
The problem is with stuff like that is I worry whether it's authentic.
I mean, you can do the authentication stuff.
I know, but I don't want to spend, $10 on something that's going to end up being. I can't wear sunglasses, so.
But with Shop Goodwill, if you end up showing that it's fake, they will refund you. Because I've gotten fake things from Shop Goodwill.
And you got refunded?
And I was refunded. And like one of them, they had me mail it back to them. And then the other one, they just have you take a picture of it. So like you cut it. They tell you to cut it so that it can't be used. And then you take it. So I've had that with 2 Tory Burch items. But one of them, Tory Burch, I'm harvesting the suede from it. Because it's actually really nice suede. But it's not real. So I'm just going to take the suede and have it, in
what do you do with it?
Things. Like if I have to repair something or if I want to add like a suede patch. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can use.
Well, this is a nice looking coat. Borgana women's black suede long winter coat.
Yeah, that one's really
so cute.
Nice vintage coat. That one's $8.99 now, right?
$9.99.
Okay, yeah. I think I was going to wait for it to get to 8 if I got that one.
Oh, that is adorable. I love selling vintage. I love selling it on Shop Thrilling because they only take 10%.
This one's new. There's a Bowden Christmas sweater.
Not really a Bowden.
Cashmere.
Okay.
Bowden's pretty nice.
My pictures aren't loading. Well, I've tried to sell one Bowden dress and I couldn't sell it. So I'm kind of like, but it was a 2 petite, which is not an easy size.
Yeah, this is a medium.
I would have kept it, but my stomach looked poochy in it. I was like, my stomach's sticking out. I can't wear this.
You're this big around. This is how big around you are. And you're worried about
Yeah,
me.
but I still have a stomach, and the way it was cut, it like accentuated it. It was sort of like gathered around the waistband and then went over your stomach. Like, I don't need help having my poochy stomach look poochy.
Okay, so I'm looking to see what the
Oh yeah,
book
here's another weighted blanket.
requires.
This is 35 pounds. Oh, here's the Bowden Men's Rudolph logo
Yeah, that's
cashmere.
what I was looking at right now.
Oh, that is so cute. But I'd be
That's
concerned because, good luck finding cashmere with no hole in it.
yeah, but I mean, knit items are actually a lot easier to fix than most
Oh, I
people.
fix them, yeah. I just got a wool, I don't know if it's a scarf or wrap or blanket, but it's made in Scotland. It's wool, and I just fixed it. I do repairs. I can't make clothes, but I can do minor repairs.
Yeah.
Oh, the luxury women's mink fur brown coat is pretty.
Oh yes, do I have a bid on that? Am I
Somebody
winning?
does. It's got 3 bids.
What's the winning?
$14.99 so far.
No, what's the name for winning?
Oh, where do I find that?
If
I click on the item?
Yeah, if you click on the item and then
it is J something 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 4.
Yeah, that's not me.
So what would yours say? Yours would say P something 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 something.
K.
K.
Poshtopia. So A. P.
Oh, okay. P and then A.
And A.
Okay.
Right. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna actually go in here to my my Shopkins bill.
So addicting.
Officially. So right now I have Giorgio Armani perfume blue canvas duffel bag. I'm winning that. And that ends at like it's 3 hours difference to LA. So that's like 11, I think. Yeah.
Well, it'd be the same time as me. No, in LA it's 6:15.
Yeah, it's your time, right?
Yeah.
It's basically your time. Then I've got a Karl Lagerfeld, and this is one that I waited it out through a couple times, and it's Karl Lagerfeld fringe trim tweed jacket, and that one I got at $6.99 right now. Prix de
Here's a brand of shoes. Here's a brand of shoes that I just learned about from a reseller that are a good brand. Robert Clergerie.
I think that's Scottish. I think that's
so. It's Robert Clergerie women's black, white, leather Mary Jane shoes. It does have a bid on it though.
It does. It's probably me.
Yeah.
If it's good. I got a Rebecca Minkoff.
It is not you. It's A.O.
Yeah.
But that's a brand I just learned about. I never heard of.
Oh no! Somebody took
the New York State of Mind black synthetic upcycled puffer down coat.
I think I looked at that. I was trying to figure out what was upcycled about it. Gerard.
What is Trippin? Have you heard of Trippin?
Huh?
Have you heard of Trippin?
Yes, I've got the bid in on that.
Well, it's P and ends in Y is the bidder.
Let me find it on my things because I have like all of the things that I have bidded on are in here.
And it's at $36.
TRIPPEN. All right, yeah. So I put my max bid of 35.
So you've been outbid.
Yeah, it says I'm winning right now.
No, it says 36. Yeah, and the bidder is the first letter is P, but the last letter is Y.
Yeah, no, somebody just took it because I had it at 35.
How dare they?
Right? Rude. Let's see what happens now.
I don't want a Charter Club.
Look, where's it at now?
Why did you bid again?
Now.
So that's a good brand. I never heard of it.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Really cool looking.
Yeah. So
All right,
look
now I
who's
have to go to
doing it now.
Poshmark and look up
Look at it
Trippin.
now and see what it looks like for the name there,
Okay.
because it should be me. Because I got 38 on it right now, but I went up to.
Yep, there you are. P asterisks A.
Yep, that's me.
How high are you willing to go on it?
I put it 39. I might go to 40. Just the resale on it is high enough, especially because this is a more unusual of their brand.
Okay, I need to look this Trippin up because I've never heard of it.
And then
They're cute. They're cool boots though. At
Yeah,
first I thought they were like in
this
bad shape.
this was a surprising one for me. This Pre-Day Dressage, that purse. So
Oh,
I'm still with
dressage.
that for. I think I got it in 9. Yeah,
Anything with horsey terms is good.
exactly.
So I don't know why a purse would be for dressage, but
I don't know.
okay. So the
Burberry London's. Oh, you only got it at $1 more than me. Let's see this.
wait a bit. Don't counter so quickly.
Well, no, this one isn't so quickly. I'm looking at Burberry. And okay, so that person bid a lot higher. I just wanted to say, like, sometimes I'll go up one more dollar just to see if that's how they're winning from me, or if they've put a
The
lot
Trippins are on the small
bigger.
size because they're a size 38. I wear about a 40 and I'm an 8.5 to 9.
Joseph Hanna, I'm a dollar under that one now. That one's cute though. I really kind of want. I think
What is it?
I'm gonna go up to 15 on it. It's just a leather backpack, but it's
Oh,
really
that's nice.
cute.
It's like a school bag, like a
Right.
it has that
It's really cute.
school
And
bag look to it.
it's a German brand, Joseph
Well,
Hanna.
but that's what is the brand?
Joseph Hanna.
Yeah, those brands can do well, I think.
Yeah, I actually found a model pic of that. And it was really cute. So let's see. Okay, so am I winning this now? Okay, I'm winning it again. But I think that one's gonna kind of hit a couple places. It'll hit the
Excuse me.
bless you. Oh, somebody's watching now.
Have you ever heard of Persephone?
Yes.
There's a jacket.
I
It's kind of a
may
cool looking
have
jacket.
Okay, we have someone watching now. Hi, don't steal my stuff. We're talking
Who's
about stuff.
watching? I don't.
Barbara.
Oh, I'm not even
It's
logged
Barbara.
in.
Yeah, I don't think you can see. Hey, Barbara, we're actually talking about our Shop Goodwill. Well,
I need to
my
look up
Shop
this
Goodwill.
Persephone.
We're live streaming us watching the Shop
Her
Goodwill auctions. Barbara has company tonight, so
Barbara usually joins every week.
well, it's usually just Barbara and I talking for an hour or more. We've gone a couple hours before.
Well, at 7, I need to share my closet to the party.
Yeah,
and
I actually need to get back to trying to clean my house to find my pair of jeans that's missing.
Oh God,
I know.
Okay, Persephone is not even coming up.
Persephone. Okay, did I bid on it?
Might be spelled wrong. It's
Oh.
coming up as makeup. There's no Persephone jackets coming up on Poshmark. So anyway, I just thought it was a cool looking jacket. So I was curious.
There's a nice helmet laying dress in here too, but I'm not going more than 18.
I've never had
They
helmet.
can have it.
They have a lot of UGG, that's for sure.
PER. Is it Persephone? PER?
They spelled it PERSEPHONE, like person.
Yeah, I don't have.
I feel like maybe they spelled it wrong. I don't know.
I've got it.
Is Lily Pulitzer spelled with one L or two for the second part?
What?
Lily Pulitzer. Is that 2 L's?
It's spelled like the
oh, it is 2 L's.
Word.
I never remember
the
one or
I
two.
think they're the same family.
No, not the second name, the first name.
I don't know if is this like boring as hell, Barbara, watching us look at Shop Goodwill.
I thought you said it was someone named Margaret.
No, it's Barbara. Barbara
I
McGough.
could have sworn you said Margaret.
No, Barbara.
Oh, there's some cute winter boots called Napoleon. Well, we were talking about other things, and then you needed to check your options,
Right.
and then we got sucked into it.
Okay, Napoleon. Do I have a bid on those? They sound familiar.
They're cute, but they're $20.99, and I don't even know the brand.
Are they mine?
I don't know. Let me see. Please hold.
Are they mine?
It is. It is. Is that a good brand that you know, or you just like them?
Yeah, no,
I they're a wedge.
I
don't like those big wedges.
I research everything. And
okay, good.
So yeah,
that's
good. Cool. I still got it.
You should have known that.
I'm
going to the next
pair of Tory Burch leather Miller sandals.
Why the heck would they have apartment 9 on here? Like seriously, apartment 9, I won't even pay $1 for.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's cashmere. I don't care. I still won't buy it because I can't stand apartment 9. Yeah. It's new at Tag though. It's maybe for $1 I might consider it. Oh no, wait, it's not new at Tag. The Talbots.
The one thing now, like they used to have buy it now where you could also combine them. So like you could buy a whole bunch of buy it nows for $1 and then ship them together. Yeah. They've changed that under the new setup. You have to pay as you make like if you buy it now, you have to pay for that item plus shipping. So
my guess is because they've had too many people that for whatever reason managed to not buy it.
Yeah, so it was very annoying though, because I used to be able to get like I'd order 20 things, 23 things for that are $1 each, plus they have they have their handling price, so it usually ends up being like $5 each and then $14 shipping. Well, now it's like they want you to pay the $1 for the item plus the $3 handling plus $5 shipping. I'm like, no, it's not worth it. So I don't know if they're seeing the repercussions of that.
The whole handling thing pisses me off.
Yeah. I kind of like these Uggs. There's a pair of Ugg olive black leather trainers, size 10.
And they look they have some nice Doc Marten faux fur line Chelsea boots. Ooh, my size.
I have a couple.
It's too expensive to flip.
I have bids on Doc Martens.
Well, these are at $31. I think that's too high.
Is it me?
No.
Okay. Auctions in progress. Let me see if I've got any other ones. That's closed. That's not auctions in progress. Oh, I can't wait for the new phone because this phone is driving me insane. Okay, Doc Martens. Okay, yeah, I don't have any Doc Martens right now, but I just got 2 juniors Doc Martens. One is like this kind of rainbow sparkly, and then the other one's like a really nice bright pink. So I need to get those listed. I just got them in because I think those will really do good for back to school, because they're like,
I have one pair of sort of Mary Janes. I picked them up at Deseret Industries for $10, which is a little high, but I pay up when I go there. I thought it was worth it, and they're size 8, but they fit me, so they don't look like they've ever been worn. So I'm tempted to keep them anyway.
I've got a couple Doc Martens that I ended up getting cheap on Shop Goodwill because they're like banged up, but I like that because I like to be able to go in and fix them. And
plus people like that look in their I have one pair of Doc Martens. They're brown, like sort of like chuck-a-boot height, and I bought them on eBay. I tried to buy, somebody on Facebook Marketplace had them, and I met her, and they were too tight on me. So, but I fell in love with them, so I found the exact same ones on eBay, a size bigger, and they were slightly cheaper. So I paid like $35 for them. No, but I don't have any black Doc Martens. Oh, here's the dressage thing.
So I don't understand. This is the shirt that you were asking me about. Where's that?
What?
That one.
Was Pasquiat? Gerard Pasquiat.
Pasquiat. Pascal. The R won't be pronounced because it's French. So it should be Pasquia or Qui. Yeah, so it's a Qui. So Pasqui. Qui.
I'm usually good at pronouncing French words because I come from a French place, but that doesn't look French. That looks Basque.
Okay. So that's more Spanish. So then it'd be K.
Bus.
The QU would be a K instead of a Qui.
There's a movie named Bus, because I don't know what he was, a poet or what, but there's a movie about him. I think it's like,
so
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully I get my new phone Monday because this is getting ridiculous.
Are they shipping it?
Yeah, I got a message that it shipped today. Did I get the ship today or yesterday? I think it's coming. I think it's actually coming tomorrow though, because I'm pretty sure he said that they were going to send it next day. So
I had to pick mine up at the Apple store, which I did not go to malls. It was very stressful. And I ended up having to leave my phone there for the entire day because it was taking forever to transfer all the data. But I had gone to a yard sale that had kittens, so you couldn't put me in a bad mood that day because I got to hold a kitten.
Yay.
The whole day was fine because I held a kitten early in the day.
I used to think about, like, do you watch the show Call Me Cat? Call Me Cat, I think it is. It's what's her name? The lady that's a neuroscientist and actress.
Yeah, from Big Bang Theory.
Right.
Maya Bialik.
Yeah. So
I think I tried to.
I used to want to, like, when those first started, those cat phase, I used to think that would be like the coolest thing ever to have a cat fae, and like people come in and pay you.
Yeah. I haven't gone to a cat cafe yet. I think that one of the rescues that had sort of a thrift store that was priced too high is making a cat cafe, and I'm thinking
I got a couple likes on my shoes. Let's send out my message.
Oh, I just get a like on?
Oh, I've already sent them a thing recently. So, okay, so she's already got my little spiel thing. So I'm going to just say welcome back.
Do you do a late night share?
I use Closet Tools, so it does everything.
Oh, okay. Because I find, I started doing a share just before I go to bed, like between 8:30 and 9. I don't overshare. And I get so much activity during the night from that.
And I get a lot of night people, especially I get like a lot of California people because I usually am up late just because I have to wait for my meds to kick in.
I am not. So when somebody suggested doing a late night share, I said, I can't. I go to bed because I get up at 5:30. I start work at 6 usually. I said, but if I do it before I get to bed, it's late on the East Coast.
Right. And for me, it's like the opposite because I'm up later.
Yeah.
I will share later.
This is so funny. This person liked a bathing suit and I was looking at it and I didn't even recognize it. I'm like, is that mine? It is.
Okay.
It is, but
I'm offering
mine or one of my consignment pieces.
So I'm offering $50 off on the Ben Stews, and let's see what happens.
You listed them at 3, right?
Right, I listed them at 3, so I'm sending offers of $250. Wait, why does this say it's an invalid amount? Okay, submit. Unable to send. There's already an active offer. Oh, it might have sent and it just looked like it didn't, so I was trying to do it again. So far I've got 2 that I see right away. I'll have to go through and see how many. I wonder though, never known, like, do they also send out the message that there's an offer if you're sending out offers? I don't think that they would.
That is an excellent question. I don't know. If you want, I can like one of your items and you can send me an offer and we can see, because I used to think that it did, because I had somebody message me and say, oh, I see there's an offer on this. I'm going to buy it right now for full price. And there wasn't an offer. I had sent an offer. but I
So
don't know if that's
there
still the
is.
case.
Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Free. And I did set these up with free shipping just because, like, I actually do mine. So if it's $125 or more, I give free shipping. That's like really the only shipping discount I do per se. And I am getting it's funny that they're liking it at this price. I kind of have it at a high price, but I bought
Well, people like for different reasons. It's not
no,
always even a
I'm saying
purchasing,
something
but
else. So like this right here, it's a
yeah.
it's like a mop gear patch. So it's got Velcro on the back, but
Uh-huh.
it's actually this thing called Ape. If you know, this is like it's a gorilla face basically because there's
I have
your
no idea what that is.
forehead, snout, and mouth. And it's called Ape, AAPE, and it's a bathing ape, and it's really cool stuff. But this one's like the ape on the
Oh,
American
that's
flag,
the
the
Bathing Ape
rare one.
brand? That's the
Yeah, the
Bathing
brand
Ape
is
brand?
called a
Okay, I
bathing.
have heard of that from other resellers. I
Okay,
don't know
yeah.
anything
So
about them.
that's their logo without the
And it's
American
just a
flag.
patch?
If you see that on something, that's their logo. And I only found out that I bought like a big thing of 100 um embroidered patches because I'm gonna incorporate that into my upcycling.
Uh-huh.
And this I was like, okay, that's cool, but I want to make sure that this isn't something in Arabic or some other country dissing America, because I was like,
Oh, yeah.
so I tried to do Google Translate on it and it was like, yeah, it's
Mhm.
nothing. So
I'm
then I did,
definitely a person that it's not like just because I can sell something doesn't mean I'm going to sell something. I have to
right,
maintain certain
right,
standards. Like I'm not going to
exactly,
sell smelly used socks just because you can make money at it. I mean, I just have to draw the line
right,
somewhere.
right. And I'm not going to do anything that's defacing the flag.
Anti-America. I'm not going to do
So
anything Nazi.
I actually searched it, and that's when I found out it was this a bathing ape. And then I looked up that brand, and I was like, okay, this is a good brand. So I
So
have
what'd you
this
list it at?
for I have it listed for $30, and I'm getting a lot of likes. So
Okay. So it'll
let's
sell.
it may
Sometimes, like I had this great dress. I had it listed at 35 and I was constantly sending like closet clear out messages to reduce it to 28 and it wouldn't sell. So finally, after this went on and on and on, I relisted it at 25 and it sold immediately. So apparently I just miscalculated and I just needed to lower. I mean, I only paid, I think, $1 or two for it. So
well,
that
and
was
another
fine. But
thing and I forget to do this, but it's a really good idea to try and put your prices at where cutoffs are. So like when you search engine, like if you're looking for something and you're picking like what price you're willing to pay, you've got 25 and under, and then
oh
you
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah. Oh,
5
I
to 50.
totally do that. I
So
I
if you
have a
put
friend, no matter how often
5,
I tell her to stop listing things at $49 and to list them at 50 because you're essentially just by that tiny thing
you're
doubling your
off
views
half of
and she
half.
doesn't get it. I mean I've given up with her. Like it's the
Yeah,
simplest thing. It's not like a retail store where they charge $49.99 because it tricks people
right.
into thinking it's not 50. It doesn't work on Posh.
Do you know where that point 99 originally came from?
No.
It originally came out because it was a way to make sure that sales would be rung in to the cash register rather than somebody just taking the cash and then
Because
maybe
people
flipping
don't give
it.
99 cents.
Right. So that's like
It makes
older,
sense.
like 70s, 80s is when they kind
Except
of doing that.
Except if you were going to be that kind of person, all you have to do is throw some pennies in your pocket.
Right, exactly. But
So I'm not sure that's
I'm gonna do. You know
hey
what?
Charlie, here
I'm
baby.
gonna go out crazy here. I'm gonna offer 48 on my brand new Oscar de la Renta gorgeous palazzo pants. They're so pretty, black
How much
palazzo.
do you have them listed at?
I have them at 63. So
Okay.
48 is like a big offer for me because I don't, like I said, I don't usually list more than 15% of what the comps are for items. Um, I got some likes
New
on.
with tag, Oscar de la Renta.
Aren't they pretty? Look at those palazzo pants. They got the super wide.
Do they have the store price on them? Manufacturer, oh, 99. Okay. Only 99? That's not bad. Oh, it's Oscar by Oscar de la Renta, so probably like a diffusion. That's not bad, really, when you think about what prices are. I could never shop retail.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I've been shopping uh, for myself at thrift stores since I was in my 20s when it was kind of embarrassing. Like I would keep my head down so no one would think I'm poor because I was just there for the deal.
And see, like I grew up like, a single mom in the 70s,
So you had to.
Right. Our mom, that was like she made our clothes or we went to the thrift store.
Well, my
That
mother owned
was it.
a clothing store. So I got what I wanted for the most part. In fact, I would go with her to the shows the season before and I would pick out my wardrobe for the next season. And I would lie in bed thinking, what if she loses the store? What will
Oh,
happen to me?
oh no. Poor dear. Yeah,
And my
no, my
dad
mom.
was a salesman for a ski wear company in Montreal, so we had the best ski wear.
Nice.
I was spoiled
I
that
mean,
way.
I grew up being taught like basically I can walk along a what do you call it? Like an aisle and just run my fingers along the clothes and I'll
To feel
phone if
what's
it's like
quality.
silk. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you just you learn that, and that's like how I grabbed. A lot of times there's going to be silk items like maxi dresses and nightgowns and stuff like that mixed in with the sheets,
Oh,
and people just pick the sheets and the blankets up and they toss them out of the way.
yeah.
And I was going through this one bin, the whole horde had already gone by, and I'm kind of tossing some sheets over, and it was like in midair. Thank God nobody was around because they probably would have gotten. It was like as I let go of this item, I was like, "That's silk," and then grabbed it again in the air. Come up, it was a resort where Diane von Furstenberg silk maxi dress with like
Ooh,
the tie
pretty.
around the neck had like big
Yeah.
chunky beads. Oh, it was so pretty. And I think it was probably like, I don't think it was over a pound. So it's
It's
probably a dollar.
amazing what people miss or
Yeah,
throwback.
it
I
was like
love throwbacks. Like I like to walk around the hard good bins because people will like decide they don't want their clothes and just throw it. I found like
yeah.
the only pair of Lululemon I've ever found at the bins was a pair of men's
Oh, dear
Lululemon that was in the
God.
hard goods bin that someone threw back.
I
Even
don't
at
even get
Goodwill, I look at the end of rows because that's where people throw their stuff back.
right.
I love the throwback.
I think my very first time going to the bins, it's crazy that I grew up thrifting and I never knew about the bins.
Well, I don't know how
I
long
don't,
they've been in existence.
but um, the first time I went was actually when they ended up getting shut down. I was in the bins when they shut down because of COVID.
Yeah, that's
Um,
when I started
but
just before
I
COVID
had
too.
this one lady, like it was my first time going, and it was the Miami one. And I mean, Miami is huge. If you ever see pictures of it, it's just
I hate
gigantic.
Miami.
And so I go in, I'm kind of like looking around, trying to figure things out. And this one lady, like, she tries to help me, and she like even gets a blanket to put over my cart for me.
Yeah, we do that too.
And um I noticed that she was like picking up some kids' clothes. So when I found some nice brand kids stuff, I asked if she wanted it. Um, and then before she left, I mean, because we really had a, she spoke Spanish, all I speak is English. So she came over and she was like giving me the shirt. And I was just like, okay, thank you, just taking it, not really
Mhm.
thinking about it. Um, and it's like this patchwork shirt, and I'm not excited about it. But afterwards, I'm going through my stuff in my basket, and I was about to throw the shirt back. I was like, let me look it up at least. So I look
Yeah.
it up, and it's 1960s. It's Gentleman John is Here Now is the name of the brand, and it was sold. They were sold in one store in New York, in the 60s, and one of them is actually in the Met Museum for that has like they have every decade has an outfit that kind of like this
Right, right, right.
this. So there's actually one of this shirt that's doing the 60s. And I mean, this
Do you
thing
sell
is
it?
quality. It's museum quality. That it still had the strings on the inside, everything. I ended up selling it for $100. And I was like so sure I was gonna get more. But still, I
I
mean,
think I remember you
it
talking about this. You had it like at 300. I have a shirt. I don't know what to do with it. It's a corduroy shirt. It's here, I'll show it to you. It's completely one of a kind. It's custom made.
nice.
So my friend who works for the actress,
Right.
her ex-husband is a musician. So
Okay.
this had to be his because when I went on the website for this company, it lists clients and his name's on there. I'm like, okay, so it
Okay.
belonged to him. But I'm not comfortable saying that, but
Right.
it's
Oh,
it's
that's cool.
the guy, it's Jamie or Jaime custom tailoring.
That's
So have you ever
cool.
heard of Nudies? Nudie? Okay,
No.
Nudie was a designer. He's based in North Hollywood. And he did like all the glitzy clothes for the musicians. Like he
Okay.
probably did Liberace and Chris Isaac and that kind of stuff, and rhinestone cowboy stuff. So this other designer went to work for Nudies, and then Jaime went to work for Nudies, and Nudie died quite a while ago. But Nudies, the store was open when I lived in LA.
Right.
The other guy opened his own shop, and Jaime worked with him, but then that guy decided to move to Nashville. Jaime didn't want to, so now he has his own shop. So I
Okay.
have no idea. It's one of a kind. I mean, it was designed for this musician.
Right.
Like, how do
That's
you? And I looked all over the place. You can't find a used
right.
Jaime custom shirt. So I emailed the company. I
Oh,
said, so if I wanted to have a shirt made that was just corduroy with just embroidery and no, because there's no beading or anything, like, is there a
right.
price range? And they haven't responded. I'm going to email it again because I asked my friend, I'm like, how much do you think he paid for this? And he's like, I don't know, 500 or 1,000, but I don't think he really knows. He was this musician's
He
personal
may have been
assistant.
given it too. You never know.
Yeah,
But
he was this musician's personal assistant. Then they got a divorce. The wife's a Oscar-winning actress, and now he only works for the wife. So I'm assuming that every once in a while she cleans out and finds things that were the ex-husband.
okay.
Because sure enough, his name is on the page of clients, so it had to be his. But I can't say it is. Like I
Right.
don't know if she knows what he's doing with this stuff. But her son is a reseller, so she must understand it.
If her son's a reseller, why isn't she giving him the stuff?
I think he specifically does. I think this is just when she's cleaning the house, and like to them, this is just a shirt. Like
Right.
they don't get it. I think he does. I can't remember if he does jeans or t-shirts. The
Okay.
son, but he specializes in something like that. So he brought me this shirt. Then he brought me this Levi's like shacket with a vintage label that apparently is. I listed it at 50, but apparently it's a sought after vintage label, according to one of my Poshmark groups, because I
Okay.
checked because I wasn't sure if it was actually vintage or just retro.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's really important differentiation. There's like people that there's like this huge fight one day on one of the groups because people are trying to say that vintage is a style, and it's like no,
there
vintage
is
is
a vintage,
a
there
specific
is a vintage
thing.
style as
if it
well,
if
but
it's
it's
a
retro.
if it looks like an era, that's retro.
Yeah,
If it's 20 years or older, then it's vintage. If it's 100 years or older, then it's antique.
antique.
And people were wanting to argue about it. I don't know what it is about people today in this day and age,
They have to
and
argue everything.
it's me turning into serious old lady. Like, people want to freaking argue when they're wrong. It's like if somebody's giving you information before you make an even bigger fool of yourself, and 20 people have just told you that,
Google it.
oh, yeah, Google. How hard is that? We had freaking encyclopedias to look up stuff. We had a harder time proving
We had
stuff.
the World Book Encyclopedia in my house.
And you've got this. And
oh my
we
God, you've
actually
got
have,
all the information known to mankind at your fingertips. It is the most amazing thing.
yeah, and people want to argue. It's like you seriously want to sit here and argue about something without even looking at. I mean,
Something that would be very easy to find out.
I'm like copying and pasting the definition from the dictionary.com. And then
sometimes it doesn't say. It's like you want to look like an idiot. You want to be an idiot. Enjoy.
It hurts us too, because when people wrongly, like I seriously, this shirt that I won today, or I sold today, it's 2004. So it's only 2 years away from being vintage, but I'm not going to put vintage because it's not.
Y2K. It could be Y2K depending on the design. Like you don't want to put Y2K if it's not really a style that people are looking for Y2K.
Well, I mean, this was a sports jersey, so it's from the American League. It's like basically the game that the American League team plays the National League team, and it's like mixed
fit into Y2K category.
Right. That's
Y2K category is one of my toughest ones. Like I do not know what styles are Y2K. I always have to have someone tell me that fits Y2K. I don't know. Maybe I slept through that period.
Yeah, I don't really put anything as Y2K. It may be.
I try to if it is. I like keywords are so important. But I just don't know. I don't know.
I'm not like not a huge
4 sales today.
Oh my God, this phone today. Throw it out the window.
Don't. You'll have your new one tomorrow. I love my phone. My phone is my best friend. It's the only thing I'll ever splurge on. I won't splurge on anything.
And I don't even know what it's messed up, because it's saying like there's an issue with the app, but then I try and go and figure out what app it's talking about.
How old is that phone?
Only a couple of years. It's probably like 2 years or so, 2 or 3.
Well, that shouldn't be happening. No, I had mine for much longer. Yeah, well, whatever. It's not working. You need a new one.
Yep.
I used to go on eBay and buy refurbished phones and stuff, but now I'm like, I didn't need the 13 Pro because that's for like my nephew-in-law has that because he's an artist and he does artsy pictures. I need clear, crisp pictures for Poshmark. I don't need the 13 Pro. I'm happy with the 13.
Well, I went with the Samsung over the iPhone because the camera is actually better on the Samsung than the iPhone.
I used to only use Samsungs until this poker player gave me the iPhone 10, and then I started doing all this texting, and I discovered that it, and you get used to something. Like when I have to help my mom with her Samsung, I'm like, I don't know how to use this phone anymore.
Yeah. Well, and I kind of mix between things because I have iPod that I mainly use that because it controls. I have an implanted neurostimulator, and so that controls that. So that's kind of what I use my iPad for.
I have a Samsung that I use to watch YouTube videos on the treadmill because I don't have there's no outlet in the iPhone for earbuds, and I'm not going to buy the expensive wireless ones. So I use an old Samsung to watch videos. I love to watch reseller videos when I'm on the treadmill. Makes it much more bearable. What the heck?
I need to start walking again, but
I have osteoporosis, so
yeah,
that's one way for me to.
neuropathy. I have neuropathy. And
Were you
my
diabetic?
I have like three. Um, I have three discs now that they're just like, we're not even going to operate. We'll just give you pain meds because I've already had fusion,
Mm.
and they don't want to go through the whole thing. It's just going to run up anyway. And since I'm close to 60, they're like, you're going to start naturally fusing anyway. So we're just going to give you pain meds.
We fuse at 60? Oh.
Well, no, you start at 50. You start fusing. That's why old people, if you think about the older someone is, how they start to get that hunched, it's
Well,
because
the
you're practicing.
spaces between each vertebrae,
Right.
like the
That's
padding between each one, start to compact. I've
and then
already lost an inch. I've
yeah.
lost an inch.
Well,
That's why we get shorter.
I lost an inch when they took out 2 discs and put these like little rubber stoppers in there between the disc, and then they use metal, kind of like metal bars along, and then they like screw that in. And then mine, it was like a new thing where on the front he put like this kind of triangular metal piece on the front of them, and then they take cadaver marrow and your marrow, mix it together, and then they basically like coat that whole thing with that, because then that starts the fusion of it growing together into one bone. And the area where I'm now bone on bone, it's like, it's really bad because like if I turn, I get stuck, and then to get out of it, you feel and hear it literally. It's like you broke your back, you broke a bone to get up.
You're on disability, right?
Yes, I'm 100% totally and permanently disabled from the VA.
Are they going to make you switch from disability to social security when you're eligible? They did that with my
Okay,
cousin. She was on disability, but when she turned
right.
62, she had to go to
Right.
Social
Well,
Security.
VA is totally separate from Social Security.
So
VA
do you get Social Security?
I will talk about that not online. Yeah, not for, it's not a chat conversation.
I just didn't know if people whose income came from military,
Well, I mean,
the other
that's
money went towards
okay.
Social Security. It's like my friend's a teacher, so she gets a tiny bit, but mostly it went to pension. So most of her stuff comes from a pension because she worked for.
Yeah, they do that because there's a lot of people that are on Social Security disability that do reselling. And once you hit, I think it's not like, because you can, like regular Social Security, you can retire and start getting Social Security at like 62, but you're not getting the whole amount.
You get the most by waiting till you're 70. I'm going to wait till I'm 70.
And that's what happened, is whatever age it is that is the main place to transfer, that's when someone on disability, it changes over, but you still have the same pay rate.
Yeah, my cousin had to switch at 32, but in either case, it was very little money.
It really doesn't change that much, because whatever you were getting monetarily under SSDI, you get under.
You're just getting it from a different.
Yeah, they're just changing it from disability to your regular Social Security.
I'm waiting until I'm 70, even though some people are like, well, you don't know if you're going to be alive at 70. Like, but the problem is, if I take my Social Security early, then I have money sitting in the bank earning nothing, whereas my Social Security earns about 8%. So unless I needed that money, which I will not, because I will have enough in the bank plus my investments, it doesn't make sense to take the thing that's earning 8% so I can save the thing that's earning 0.01%. Besides, with my luck, I'll live to 100. My mother just turned 90.
Well,
not my dad.
My aunt was the first female firefighter in the state of Florida, and then when she retired from the fire department, then she became a teacher, and then she finally retired for real at like 70, 75. She still, I mean, she like goes on these giant kayak things. Her and her friends have gone on trips to do Habitat for Humanity houses, building. And I'm just like, can you come help me? And, you know, she's like my aunt. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you're like twice the person I am because I just can't do it. You know, I don't have
Well,
the
you can, you
physicality.
can, but you know,
Yeah. So,
not everybody's in the same position. I wouldn't worry about
but
that.
we have been on here now almost an hour longer than when we were going to cut off.
All right, you go to
And you-
work.
Yeah, I gotta go
I need to
clean
do my listings. I do 5 listings a day, and I do it during the 7 p.m. party, so I got to get those done.
Okay, go get those in.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Have a good one.
Fun.
Guys.
Trying to lock.